Mr. Headcanon says Supergirl can make more money than Superman? What? Put your opinion in the comments, guys. Do you think it's going to make more money? Let's check out what he's talking about here. Original video in the description.
The most controversial thing about the latest Superman movie was how much money it made. Because even though it turned a profit, it didn't hit...
Put it in the comments, guys. Do you think Superman made money, or do you think it flopped? Begin.
The same numbers as Man of Steel. But how would you feel if I told you that the next Supergirl movie might beat them both? I know it sounds crazy.
It does sound crazy. He's saying it does sound crazy. I don't know. It may. It's possible. Do we think so? Comment.
Easy, especially since the only Supergirl movie we've had bombed back in 1984.
Yeah.
But there are 3 reasons why Superman's cousin is said to be DC's next box office hit. The first is that it's dropping at the best possible time, because DC hasn't been doing this
regular time as usual, June?
As well, since The Dark Knight Rises came out in 2012. That success carried over to Man of Steel the next year, which made $670 million. Back then, the DC brand meant quality, and now the same thing is happening again. Supergirl is gonna ride the wave of 3 DCU projects that did really well. First, Creature Commandos got a...
I've never watched Creature Commandos. I've heard good things about it, but it doesn't look interesting to me, so I don't watch it.
Great reaction from its niche audience at the end of 2024. Then in mid-2025, Superman became the best rated movie in the history of the character by both fans and critics, and right after that, Peacemaker also got an amazing reception, except for the last episode. If it wasn't for the ending, it would have been one of the best superhero shows of the year.
That's a shame.
All of this is gonna work in Supergirl's favor, plus she doesn't have to carry the full weight of setting the tone for the new DC universe or winning over the audience. Those 3 previous projects already did that work.
He didn't even mention Superman. Oh, was he doing that?
Mind that Superman had the handicap of some people still not trusting James Gunn, or not being into the idea of rebooting the DC universe.
Well, she has the same handicap. I feel like that's all the videos I'm watching lately. These people are like judging Supergirl by James Gunn, who's not even directing it.
But thanks to good word of mouth, the movie got 13 million global viewers to watch the film on HBO Max in its first 10 days. There's a good chance those folks go to the theaters to see Supergirl. It'd be like what happened with the Spider-Verse movie.
Okay, what he's pointing out is what I've been saying for a while, guys, probably on my other channel, because this one's brand new. You should subscribe, by the way, to my reaction content. But I said for a long time, what's going to happen is Superman's going to get seen if people like it, which they did. Then after the theater money is made, they're going to go home. They're going to show their friends. Their friends are going to get invested. They're going to like it. This has been happening to all kinds of people that I know. I think my brother may like this movie more than I do, and I like Superman way more than him. The character, that is. And then when something else comes out along the same lines, those people, plus the ones that saw Superman in the theater, are now willing to go and watch it. Plus, he put Supergirl at the end. It's a very well thought out process. Whether or not it goes well is yet to be seen, but it's a very well thought out process. I wouldn't be surprised, I suppose, if Supergirl did make a little bit more money because of all the extra fans it was created by the home streaming. However, I do see there's a lot of hate so far on this movie, guys, and hate can have an effect. There's enough, these hashtag wallets closed out there going on that it didn't really hurt the last movie, I don't think. But if they keep it going, I don't know. We'll see. Tell me what you think. I don't know.
The first one only made $394 million, which was pretty low considering how good it was and the amazing
Everybody tells me
reviews
to
it
love
got.
that one.
But since the people who saw it in theaters loved it, the buzz kept growing. It crushed it on digital, and the second movie ended up making $690 million, all thanks to the first one's great reputation.
Isn't that one of those ones, though, that the animation made it cost a lot more money because of the what do you call it, kind of stop motion style. I don't
Now,
know.
I'm not saying Supergirl is gonna make almost double what Superman did, or
Okay.
easily cross a billion, cause it's not a direct sequel.
Right,
Even
yeah.
though it's the same character we saw in this scene, there's no confirmation
Not exactly the same. I don't think she's gonna be drunk throughout the whole thing. I really don't. I also see that her suit is different.
that David Corenswet Superman is even gonna make a cameo, but the momentum of the DCU is definitely gonna help it at the box office, cause the DC brand doesn't have the bad rep it had a few years ago. If you need proof, in under 4 hours, the teaser of the teaser for Supergirl pulled in almost twice as many interactions as the Superman teaser.
Wow.
And that's not all. The
Really?
state of superhero
That's information I didn't know. Go back. What did he say?
Superman teaser.
Wow.
Girl pulled in almost twice as many interactions as the Superman teaser.
What does interactions mean? Does he mean like comments on the teaser? I don't know. We'll have to go. Y'all tell me what you think. Do you get what he's saying? I'm not quite sure I totally understand what he's saying. He's saying that it's got more comments and likes and all that kind of stuff on there as opposed to views. I don't know. Wow.
And
I know,
that's
Dwight.
not all. The state of superhero movies is also gonna help her out. 2024 and 2025 were a rebuilding phase for the superhero genre after
Yeah.
some pretty meh projects that didn't click with people. But thanks to Deadpool and Wolverine, Superman, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four, now people are excited to watch superhero movies again.
Tell me if you think all those are included in getting people excited in superhero movies again. Tell me if you think all those should be included.
2026 is looking like it's gonna be a great year, with Spider-Man Brand New Day, Doomsday, Invincible, The Boys, X-Men 97, and a bunch of other projects that are building hype and making people want more. I know some of these projects might overlap, or one could steal the spotlight, like how Invincible Season 3 totally overshadowed Daredevil Born Again in online conversations. But overall, when people are hungry for more superhero stuff, that always helps. And it's not like the release of Brand New Day is gonna eat up Supergirl, because they're coming out more than a month apart.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Netflix goes through, if they're even going to allow it to run until the other one goes on. They were acting like, I think I heard somebody say like a 3-week run or something. I'm like, that's stupid. Make some money off of it, you know?
The second big thing Supergirl's got going for her is the good buzz she's had ever since the movie was announced. That's because back in 2023, Gunn said they were gonna base it on the comic Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King and Bilquis Evely. Super short, no spoiler summary. This comic
I think it's Bilquis Evely, I think. I'm not positive.
is inspired by the western True Grit.
See that right there? That's why she drank in the book. I'm 21 now. She's 23 now, but she's still got the same issues, you know, like saw my family die and all that.
Supergirl is basically a boozy sheriff helping a girl get revenge by hunting down the criminal who killed her dad. I know it doesn't sound like your typical superhero story, and we'll talk more about that later. But the important part is that this comic is considered
See the cyber bar, you know? I mean, like, it's all from the book, guys.
the best Supergirl story ever. That
Okay. I liked that story. It's not my favorite Supergirl story. Here's why. That Supergirl isn't the Supergirl I would write. I wouldn't write one that cusses a ton or drinks. I wouldn't do that. I like a Superman clone. I realize, guys, nobody likes that. I like a Superman clone, a female Superman clone for my Supergirl. But in spite of that, I'm able to see when I read the story that this is a good, well-done story. It really is. So if they make it just like the book, I'll be cool. I'll be cool.
gave the movie a big boost. Like if they said the new DCU's Batman was starting off with an adaptation of The Killing Joke. That's the best Batman comic. No offense
I've never read that.
to The Dark Knight Returns.
None taken.
Yeah, I've never read Dark Knight Returns either. I've wanted to so many times. It's Frank Miller, right? But I don't know. I've just got so many things I do. You know what I mean?
This isn't one of the classic bait moves Marvel and DC sometimes pull to get us talking and doing free promo. Like
Yeah, I think it's what Zack Snyder attempted to do with the whole Death and Return to Superman, but the book is way better. The graphic novel is way better, and there's a book and graphic novel than what Zack Snyder did.
when they announced
But I liked Zack Snyder's stuff. I just didn't like how he handled Superman too much. Didn't like that too much.
A Secret Invasion series. Everyone lost their minds because the comic event was epic. But the only thing they kept was that the Skrulls were in it. And that was it. Everything we've seen so far from Supergirl's promo material points to a pretty faithful adaptation of the comic.
Yes,
They've already
agreed.
confirmed the cast, and it's the same characters from Woman of Tomorrow. The only major change is the addition of Lobo, the space biker anti-hero, who
We don't totally know who Lobo is. I think he's just going to replace the bounty hunter that's at the bar that Ruth can't get to do this job. And I think that maybe he'll come back at the end in this version with what people are calling the Ravagers, which that's not what they are, the space pirate guys. I can't remember what they're called in the book, but that's what people are calling. And I have a feeling he's going to be back with them, probably. It's possible Krim might hire him. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I can see it being worked in pretty naturally without deviating from the story.
wasn't in the original story. They probably added him to throw in another big character and give the movie
He's also said that it's her movie. I'm not in there very much, but it was really fun. So I really don't think he's going to be in there a whole bunch.
some star power with Jason Momoa, who was born to play this guy, but they can easily work him into the plot by saying he's a bounty hunter hired to take out Supergirl, without messing with the comic story too much. This kind of faithfulness to the source material could lead to another Invincible Season 1 situation. When Prime Video announced the show, fans of the comic went nuts and told all their friends to watch it, because it was gonna be an adaptation of one of the best comic runs ever. Same thing here. Anyone who's read Woman of Tomorrow or even heard it's good is gonna be super hyped. If the movie does the comic
I
justice,
don't know. A lot of people have heard it's good and don't care.
it could be the best Supergirl movie we could ask for.
I am so happy.
That was a bad deviation from a great Lex Luthor. That's that animated Superman Brainiac movie. That is like, that's the same thing as Crypto peeing on Superman. That's what that version was.
And the boss could get even better. Unlike Superman, this movie isn't gonna have any haters. Remember when they posted the first
Did y'all hear?
Superman? This movie isn't gonna and the boss could get even better. Unlike Superman, this movie isn't gonna have any haters. Remember when
What? Huh? What does he mean? When did he make this video? What does he mean it's not going to have any haters? It's already got like 1 billion haters. What is Mr. Headcanon? I would like you to tell me exactly what you mean. Hopefully he does right now.
they posted the first pic of Korner's with Superman tightening the boots, and the whole internet lost it. The movie faced some pushback because it was a new version of the most iconic superhero ever, and that always ruffles feathers. Everyone's got their own idea of what Superman should be like, and we all think we're right. But Supergirl isn't as well known as the Man of Steel, so there aren't gonna be hate campaigns over her chest emblem not matching the one in the comics. No one's gonna come after the actress either, cause Millie Alcock already proved she can act in House of the Dragon. Plus, nobody feels like she's taken the spot of a major actress who used to play Supergirl.
But your complaint was that people said Superman should be a certain way. They're already doing that with Supergirl because she's drunk and they've never seen her drunk except in this. So Mr. Headcanon, I like you a lot, but that one I'm not sure about.
Like what happened when Korner Sweat replaced Henry Cavill. Unless you wanna count Sasha Calle, who played an alternate timeline version of Supergirl once. In a movie, no.
She played a good Supergirl, but the look of her wasn't like the normal look of Supergirl. But since it was like an alternate timeline thing, people didn't really throw a fit about it too much. But the way she acted, that's how I've always kind of pictured Supergirl to act. Not my favorite version, but, you know, my favorite version is one that most people don't like.
Nobody liked. And since this movie isn't written or directed by Gunn, it shouldn't catch any heat from the Snyder fans who are still hoping for.
Dude, when did you make this video? Did you somehow get this thing out right when the trailer came out? Like you have clips from the trailer. I don't understand. I don't understand how he's saying the things he's saying. Everything you're saying, this movie's got haters, man. and it has to do with gun, and it has to do like it just does. It's just a fact.
The Snyderverse to come back. These movies being directed by Craig Gillespie and written by Anna Nogueira. Neither of them
It's okay. I can't say those either, buddy. I can't say
had
either.
anything to do with rebooting the universe or dropping Cavill. This whole no haters vibe has been there from the very first announcement, cause every bit of promo content got a good reaction. Supergirl isn't getting the same kind of rejection other recent superheroines did, like She-Hulk or Captain
Am I in a different universe, guys? Is he? I don't under. I like Mr. Headcanon. I've reacted to a lot of his videos on my other channel. But I don't know what he's talking about. What is he? If you know what he's talking about and you agree with him, put it in the comments. This movie has been rejected on mass scale. Like,
Marvel.
Why did you say that name?
She doesn't fall into the annoying girl boss stereotype, and she's
literally already been called that. I may have just reacted to a video where somebody said those exact words.
not replacing the hero she's related to. A lot of people saw She-Hulk as a threat, because it looked like she was gonna replace her cousin, who hasn't had a solo movie since 2008. But even though Supergirl's got nearly the same powers and almost the same suit as Superman, we just got a Superman movie. She's not taking his place, so there's no reason to reject her. The
I guess if it's people that already like Superman, you could make this argument. But as far as the general populace goes, no, they're still saying all the same things. You know, it's James Gunn's movie. It's she's not the right kind of Supergirl. I mean, all the things he's talking about. But amongst Superman fans, even I'm seeing that. People that like the Superman movie, a lot of them have told me that they're not excited. It's all in my comments, you know, just look for them. On this video, maybe. I mean, if you liked Superman, but you're not excited for Supergirl, put it in the comments. Okay, just put it in the comments. Be like, I'm not excited. Okay, and this is why.
third reason this movie's gonna be a hit is that it's gonna be totally different from what we're used to seeing in superhero movies. It's gonna be a character study in a western. I know that combo sounds super weird, but it works
Let me listen to it.
great in the comic. On one hand, we've got a broken character who starts questioning her no-kill rule. Earlier I told you Supergirl plays the role of a drunk sheriff because she acts like the law, but she gets wasted on her birthday to try to forget that she lost her entire world. She's more emotionally wrecked than Superman, because she actually lived on Krypton and so it
Much more flawed and damaged than Superman in this novel.
blow up. But through her bond with an innocent and naive girl, she slowly becomes the hero she was always meant to be. Her journey is
Though she does damage the character of that girl, in my opinion. I've got it in my review on my other channel.
really well done, and the only thing close to it in this genre would be Logan. That movie is considered one of the best superhero films ever, and it made $619 million, just a little bit more than Superman.
Is that considered one of the, I mean, it's a good movie. It's not funny, you know, it's very dark, but it's very well done. It really gets your tears jerking, you know.
Coincidence? I think not!
I know it might sound like I'm overhyping it, especially since we've only seen a teaser so far, but
Especially since everything I've seen has been hate. Not everything, but you know, the hate's loud right now.
if this ends up being a solid adaptation,
The hate could be loud because people know that they'll get views on the hate. But I really do think the ones that are hating actually do hate it. I don't think they're being ingenuine, you know? I don't know.
of the comic, we might be looking at a superhero movie that gets talked about for years. If the word of mouth reflects that during the first week after release, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna wanna check it out in theaters to see if it really is that good. It'd be like what happened with Dune Part 2, which made almost twice as much as the first one because everyone kept saying it was one of the best sci-fi movies ever made. And that's not all. The story and tone might have a lot in common with Logan, but visually, Supergirl looks more like Guardians of the Galaxy, Aquaman 1, or Avatar. Big adventures
Are those similar?
in wild new worlds that are nothing like ours. Since the
Okay.
movie's
All right, I
set
get you,
across
I
a
get you.
bunch of crazy planets, DC's gonna market
A bunch. It's all intergalactic travel crazy.
It as a cosmic adventure that's worth seeing on the big screen, because there's nothing else like it. We're talking metal-eating dragons, Jason Momoa riding a flying bike, space pirates, and green lava forests.
That's what I've been calling them, as space pirates. I don't know what they have a name in the book. They do. They're not Ravagers, but they have a name.
Superman was a classic Silver Age style adventure, the blueprint for any superhero
Silver
movie.
Age.
Brand New Day is gonna be a classic Spider-Man comic with lots of villains. Doomsday is gonna be a
Spider-Man comics do have lots of villains. They really do.
multiverse level event, but Supergirl is gonna be a personal, emotional journey that makes you think, Mark, all while unfolding in a wild setting that brings a fresh sense of adventure you don't often see in this genre. And
I don't know about the don't often see part, but I do agree that it's going to be like an emotional character study. That's what the book is. So it would only make sense that, and they hired a woman to write what they saw in there, and I think women are really good at character studies and stuff like that. I think that they just have a natural knack for it. Statistically speaking, women are usually more interested in people. Men are usually more interested in things. So I think that she probably will focus on the heart of Supergirl and the heart of Ruthie, for that matter.
if that's still not enough to
Statistically, guys, statistically.
convince you that Supergirl could break over 700 million, this is a movie where a jerk shoots a poor little dog with a poisoned arrow. Yep, John Wick, but with superheroes. Of course, Supergirl is gonna have to be really good to hit those numbers, and I'm not sure it can hit 1 billion. That's super tough these days, especially for superhero movies. I explain why in this video.
The video's not there. I don't know what happened to it, but guys, let me know what you think. Do you think that this movie doesn't have haters? Like, what was he talking about? Am I crazy? Like, it definitely has. It feels to me more heat than Superman had. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. I think it has more heat than Superman had. I don't know. Check out this video, guys.